I'm 22 now, which, honestly, I feel no different whatsoever. After you hit 21, there's not really anything that is exciting in life. It's kind of all downhill from there. I mean, you can rent a car for cheaper at 25, but that won't really matter when all the robots take over anyway. So nothing's really that exciting, but in the past I have seen other YouTubers make these videos about things they've learned and corresponding that with the age that they're at, and I thought that would be kind of fun. Or maybe none of this will add any value to you and will be a waste of your time. There's only one way to find out, so let's get into this. So the first thing is that when I was a kid, I always thought people that were older always had it all figured out, but now that I'm at the age of 22, I realize that I know nothing, absolutely nothing, and I'm convinced that every adult that I've known in my entire life has always been winging it. The second thing is that spending too much time on social media is not good. However, I still will always be doing it, and so limiting it or trying to limit it is a good idea. The third thing is procrastination is bad. And honestly, you're probably procrastinating right now. Try to not let it linger on forever, because that's what I've been dealing with recently, and it's just never good. The fourth thing is something that I really like to harp on, and that is to call your friends, call your family, call your grandparents. It's very easy to just not call them or just to rely on social media to see what's going on in their life. But calling them, especially your grandparents and your parents, will always be worth it. So do that. The fifth thing is writing in a journal has 100% been one of the best meditations that I've ever brought into my life. I'm not the best at keeping up with it on a every single day basis, but every time that I've started writing, it's always been better for me. My mind's always clearer. I always am able to execute on ideas more. 6, it turns out that there's actually more to life than pizza and chicken nuggets. I did not know this until a few years ago. I really just was the pickiest eater as a kid. I'm still pretty picky, but I'm a lot better now, and turns out there's a lot of good food out there, and I've been missing out for a long time. 7, speaking of food, is that pineapple on pizza isn't that bad. Honestly, it really just is kind of sweet. It's nice. I really don't hate it. So, don't hate me too much. The 8th thing is to take the trip always. Every time that I've done that, it's always been one of the best memories. It's something that I will never forget, whereas I usually will forget everything that I do throughout just a normal week. And so that's my advice to you, is to always take the trip. I've done that over the last few years with going to Amsterdam. I went and visited an awesome cave that I made a video about. Last month, we went to all around California, road tripped 20 hours from Kansas to California, and it was just amazing. Number 10 is cats are the best pets to have. I always thought I was a dog person until I had my 2 cats here, Sammy and Hazel. These are their photos. They are so cute. Dog is a lot of responsibility that I'm not ready for, and cats are just, they're just a little bit better. Number 11, this is more on a serious note, is to not get caught up in doing things that you think will make you look cooler to other people. 12 is being nice to people is always the best option. It's really easy to get aggravated and be mean to people. Being mean is not going to do anything good for you, and especially not for anybody else, unless that person is trying to fight you. 13 is to not feel guilty for taking time away from things. Sometimes you come back and you're more refreshed and you're better than ever at that certain thing. Number 14 is to not forget to come back to the things that you take a break from, because it's very easy to be like, oh, wow, well, I'll take a break from this and I'll do it next week. And then suddenly it's months later or years later, and you never actually ended up doing the thing that at one point you really wanted to do. And so don't forget to come back to the things that you take breaks from. 15 is always take a picture, at least for the memory. I'd really try to not be invasive with cameras when I'm hanging out with friends or family, or just, doing something cool. Sometimes I will film it, but I always try to get at least one photo. That way you can always for sure remember it. 16 is coming up with 22 things is very tough. It's just true. If you've ever sat down to try to make a list of things that you think you know about the world, it's hard. 17 is something that I've really tried to hone in on over the last year, and that is that everyone has haters. Every person that you respect and admire, and if they kept going, you can keep going if you get criticism. Sometimes it's kind of hard to think that someone hates The Rock, because how could you hate The Rock? But I know there's people out there. They're wrong, but they're out there. 18 is that books are super crucial and important to life. The 19th thing that I've learned is that taking time to create something is always worth it, no matter the outcome. There's been so many times where I've made something that really isn't as good as I wanted it to be, but because I actually made that, the next thing I made was always better. I always had a story about the thing that I made, whether it was good or bad. Like even this video, I'll be able to look at it in a few years when I'm older and be like, oh, that's so cool. Like that's what I was thinking at 22. Number 20 is taking time to rethink your priorities is so crucial. There's been so many times where I'll get caught up in doing one thing for so long and be like, wait, this is not really what I want my priority to be. Take some time, get out a piece of paper, and just kind of write out what is important to you. 21 is it's never too late to start a hobby. There is always time. I feel like in this day and age, it's like the perfect time to start anything because there's so many resources out there. There's a lot of things over the next few months and years I really would like to do that, I feel like I probably should have started, years ago, but I could start it today and, maybe in a year from now and actually be pretty good at it. And the last thing to end it on a kind of corny note is that I feel like I'm truly surrounded by some of the best people in the entire world, with my family, with my friends, with my fiance, her family, everybody. I just feel like I'm around so many interesting and fun people that lift me up. I'm able to lift them up. I just feel very grateful for the people that I have in my life. So I just wanted to end it on that happy, kind of corny note because it's real and I don't want to, forget to say that. That's 22 things that I've learned in my time here on this earth. Hopefully some of that is valuable to you, or maybe it's not. And so if that's the case, well then hopefully next year I'll learn at least one valuable thing. It's been crazy that I've been alive for 22 years. I remember being like 7 and be like, I'm never gonna get that age. And now that I'm here, I'm like, I wish I could just be 7 again. Life would be so much easier. Down in the comments, let me know, some of the greatest things that you guys have learned. I'd love to hear about that. I just figured this would be a fun video to talk to you guys, and also just to revisit in a few years when I'm a little bit older and be like, let's see how stupid I was. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see some more, make sure to subscribe. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. I'm hoping we can hit it before the next year, so that'd be pretty cool. But ultimately, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next week with another video. My name is Chris, and I will see you later.